Hey guys, Hector from HardstyleKettlebell.com, and today we're going to be going over the Hardstyle Plank. Many of you are very familiar with the plank. We've got different variations of the plank. Plank where you're on your hands and your toes, and then we got plank when you're down on your forearms. So we're going to cover the differences between a traditional plank that you're probably used to and what we know in the strength community as the Hardstyle Plank. Okay, so typical plank, you'll see people get down, whether they're on their hands or they're down on their legs, like they're down on their forearms like this, and they're holding the plank. Well, what they do is you see them start to hold these planks for minutes, 2 minutes. There's even been world records set, for like an hour plank. You're kind of missing the boat if you're kind of focusing on how long you can hold the plank. The Hardstyle Plank is not how long you can hold it. What we're trying to do is we're actually trying to see how much tension that we can generate in a small amount of time. So we're not trying to set any records with the longest plank. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get as strong as possible through the midsection, through the glutes, through the lats. We're trying to get as strong as possible in a short amount of time. So say for instance, a strict clean and military press or a max attempt deadlift, those lifts, or even a heavy squat, those lifts take all of, maybe 3 to 5 seconds tops to accomplish. So you have to learn how to get really tight and how to maintain that tension for about 5 to 10 seconds. If you can do that, your skill level and your strength level will jump leaps and bounds versus just trying to hold on to a plank to see how long you can hold on. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover a couple of ways to set up the Hardstyle Plank, and then we're going to go over the details. Okay? So first thing we do is we always make sure that you can touch your elbows with your hands. So whenever you come down on your forearms, always make sure that you can touch your elbows and your hands. You know that your elbows and your shoulders are in the right position. Okay? You don't want to be too wide like this, and you don't want to be really close like this. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to dial it in one piece at a time. Okay? So I'm going to get down on my elbows. I'm going to make sure that I can touch. Okay? Hands come out. I'm going to step back with my right leg, and I'm actively driving the ground, my foot through the floor. I'm actively driving into the ground. Okay? I'm not just holding on here. I'm actively driving down. Okay? And I'm going to lock in that glute. I'm going to squeeze. Now I'm going to lock in the other one. So I'm rooting myself down. I lock my glutes in tight. And now I'm going to make white knuckle fists. And I'm going to pull my elbows down to my toes. And I'm trying to get, you heard my breath? Every time I forcefully exhale through my mouth, I'm trying to get tighter and tighter and tighter through the lat, through my abs, and through my glutes, okay? So if you were to try to come up behind me and pick up my legs, it should be not as easy. It should be challenging because I'm actively driving my feet down through the floor, okay? And I'm getting very rigid with a course of about 10 seconds. That's about as long as you want to hold this plank. You want to use your breath, power breathing, getting tight behind your abs, and breathing and exhaling, and you hold that for about 10 seconds, and then you come out, and you can do what we call fast and loose drills. You're going to shake your arms and legs out like this, and then you'll go into whatever next exercise you're going to do. So this is something you can pair in between sets of like heavy military presses. You can set this up in between sets of heavy deadlifts. You don't want to do too much as far as the deadlift concerned because you're going to really tax yourself out on the deadlift. But you can throw a couple of these in the middle of specific strength exercises. Okay? So again, this is the Hardstyle Plank. Focus on creating as much tension as possible in about 5 to 10 second window. You want to focus on driving your toes through the floor. You're locking your glutes in tight, and you're pulling your elbows down as if you're trying to connect your toes and your elbows. You're trying to connect your toes and your elbows together. Notice this. When I'm in this position, my glutes are locked, I'm driving my feet into the ground, my abs are short, and I'm driving down. What does this position look like? It looks like I'm getting ready to lock out a military press, right? Most people fail the military press. If you fail an attempt, you usually get right about here, and then if you're you're not used to maintaining that tension, you'll give up your back, you'll lean to the side so too much, you'll let your glutes out. So if you're not used to maintaining this tension, when you get here, you may start to lose some of that tension. So you notice that plank position, this plank position here is that sticking point on blocking out a military press, okay? Give this a try, let us know how it goes, and thanks for watching.